Digital Romance TV.
Hi, this is Claire Casey for Digital Romance TV, and today I want to talk a little bit about creating romantic rituals. And it doesn't have to be hard or elaborate or difficult, but as you continue to be together with someone, whether you're dating or maybe in a long-term relationship or even married, the importance of having little inside information and inside jokes and inside habits and practices, it becomes more and more important and more a way that you celebrate your relationship. And some of those you may have developed naturally or stumbled across, but some of them you have to develop intentionally, and they're a powerful way of helping the two of you stay together and celebrate being together. For example, here's a very simple one. My man never ever lets me leave the house if he's home without coming to kiss me goodbye, and he also walks me out to my car. It's just a ritual that he always goes through. He never ever fails to do it. In fact, sometimes I catch myself, I'm like, why haven't I left yet? Why am I wandering around? And it's because he's not here to do that little ritual that is my leave-taking ritual. Another example is, and this is kind of a neat story maybe, he doesn't much like hiking, but I love it. And I'm forever wanting to go on a new hike somewhere. It doesn't have to be far away, it can be local, but I like mountains and I like hiking. And I also happen to love poetry. Again, he doesn't care about poetry, but he does care about me. So I was shocked one day when we were hiking and we came to a really beautiful little vista, and we were looking out over the mountain, and he pulls this poem out of his pocket and he reads it to me. And it was about mountains and vistas and how they make you feel a different perspective on life. Well, I was floored, and now every time we hike, he does that. He either memorizes a tiny little poem or recites one that he already knows or writes one down that he thinks I will enjoy. How awesome is that? You got to get you some of that. You got to create some of those too. And women do it too. I've done it. I like to make him playlists because he's a musician, and I make all kinds of playlists for him. Now, you can do this, and here are 3 ways to do it. Number 1, these are kind of like source material for you to work with. Number 1, tell the story of how the two of you met or how you had your first date. For example, my friends who were dating years ago and have been married now for years, their first date was to go see the movie E.T., which is kind of sweet when you think that's a good first date movie for some people. And so now every year on the anniversary of their date or near, they create a movie night, and they of course watch E.T. and they have been back to, I don't think the place where they saw the movie exists anymore, but they've been back to that town, and they celebrate that way. Every year they do it. They watch that movie every single year. Maybe they don't watch it very much, but it's certainly going on while they're having their anniversary date. That's one cool way to create a romantic ritual. Think about the ways, the places, the things that were going on when you met or had your first date. If it wasn't a great first date, pick a great first date. You know, write the history the way you want it to be. A second way to create a romantic ritual is to tell the story of a particularly good memory that you have of your partner. Like, for example, something about them something they did one time. Maybe they made it over a really big obstacle or made it through a really tough time. Tell that story and see if there are ways in there that you can create a ritual around it. One example kind of is the playlist idea. I make playlists for my guy with all kinds of different themes, but I make them because he loves music, and he's a musician, and that's what he does, and that's what he loves, And he, for example, he's very, very good at, he hears a song and then he can reproduce it. He can sing it or play it, or, I mean, he just really is accurate on that stuff. He's done it all his life. And so I very often will try to find ways to say, that is really cool. And playlists, making him playlists are one of those ways. Or if we hear a song, or I'm thinking of a song, I'm like, oh, what is that song that goes like da 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 da, and he'll do the whole thing, and he can do it without fail. He's really good at it. Good romantic ritual. Here's the third way to create a romantic ritual. What hobbies, pets, celebrities, books, authors, poets, artists, collections, or passions does your lover enjoy? Look at all those things and see if you can find a way to build a small memory regularly around that thing. Create a little ritual around that one thing. If you all ran a 5K, or he loves to run and he had his first 5K in such and such a place, get that t-shirt and make it into a, frame it for him, or do something around that, the running, that I have a girlfriend who collected all the shoelaces out of her boyfriend's shoes and did some creative little arty project with them. It was kind of fun. And you can do that too. Just look around at your relationship, at the one you love, and see if you can find ways to make them feel special and to feel special yourself in celebrating those with each other. This is Claire Casey for Digital Romance TV. I wish you the very best, and I'll talk to you again soon.
You ever wonder what to text a guy to make him desperate to be with you? Go to digitalromance.tv/TRB to learn Michael Fiore's secret texting formula to create incredible attraction with a guy at the push of a button.